Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Episode number 441, Drink It Till You podcast. The only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? Hope everybody's okay. Hope you're safe out there. How the hell was your 4th of July? Everybody check your fingers, check your toes. I personally did not partake. I did not pop a single firework. I just watched everybody else do it, which is just as good. I got home on Thursday. After work, I had the extended weekend. I'm sitting in my pool with my little bit of rum that I had left poured over ice, sunglasses on, headphones on, bug spray just slathered all over my body, and I'm just hanging out in the pool, having a great time. And I'm like, shit, I already started drinking. I'm not going to drive anywhere, so how do I get more booze? So I look on DoorDash. I'm like, all right, I find some good deals. I get a giant bottle of vodka. I get a case of White Claw. I'm basically just going to mix these two over the weekend, which is exactly what I've done. And one of us had, I'm not going to say which one of us here, well, one of us had an amazing Thursday night. I mean, a little too amazing. Overly amazing, which kind of like killed Friday because Thursday night was so amazing. But yeah, it was a great Thursday night. I ordered the DoorDash for liquor. I don't get any food, just booze, just to re-up, just to be safe. I've already started drinking, like I said. And I'm like OCD with checking the DoorDash. I'm like looking for any update every time I log on. And the reason being that I don't have my phone on ring ever. I never put my phone on ring. I hate the dinging of the text messages, especially if you're texting multiple people. It gets overwhelming. It's like overstimulating for me to hear that constant ringing and dinging, and even the typing gets old after a while, the little bubble sound that they put for that. So I have my phone on silent. So that's the reason, and I have notifications on pretty much every app I have turned off. That's the reason I keep checking consistently. Every couple of minutes, I'm like, okay, anything new? About an hour goes by. It shows me that they're preparing the order. It shows me I actually have a driver. And I'm like, all right, everything's good. This isn't going to get canceled. It looks good. It's looking like it's going the right direction, even though the driver's not there yet. So that's kind of the time I'm like, at least I have a driver. I kind of stopped looking at my phone. Well, I don't know what happened. I guess I was having too much of a good time. But the next time I checked my phone, Jesus, the lady had been at my door. And she's like upset with me, okay? The message I read on my phone that makes me like jump out of the pool and like, I'm like tripping over the water hose to get out of the pool to get to the front door, like with my towel half hanging on, and it was such a mess. But the last message she sent me said, "Hey, if you're not going to come get this order, I'm about to take it back." And so that's what kind of causes the panic. I'm like, oh shit, no, please don't take it back. I'm so sorry. So I, get out of the pool. I'm stumbling. I'm slipping and sliding through the house. I got my towel half on. I'm like, I'm just a mess. Okay. Just scrambling to get to the front door. I open the front door. My bottle and my White Claw are just sitting on the ground by that point. She's like, I ain't holding this shit anymore. And the first thing I said was like, I am so sorry. And I didn't ask her how long she had been waiting out there, almost because I didn't want to know. I feel like it should have been like 30 minutes. I'd have been like, oh my God. And it made me feel even worse. Worse than I already felt that I left her hanging out there on my front porch. Probably getting bit by mosquitoes. She wasn't slathered in bug spray, was she, Chris? You just fed her to the mosquitoes out front. So anyways, I'm just apologizing. She's not really saying anything to my apologies. And I understand it's not upsetting me because I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm bullshit. I'm sorry. So anyway, she scans my ID and, she goes on about her way. And I go on the app and I give her the 5-star review. I even wrote in the review, I'm like, I left this poor woman on my porch for probably 10, 15 minutes. I'm hoping at the very least. Hopefully it wasn't more than that, or at the very maximum, I should say. But I basically told DoorDash in my compliment to her, I'm so sorry, she did a great job. Thank you for being patient. You saved my weekend, blah, 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 all this and that. And I mean, I don't think DoorDash gives them the extra tip like right away. Because you can tip them for just the regular order, and then on top of it, if they do a great job, you can like tip them even more. Well, I will say, just so you guys know, that when she receives the tip that I gave her, she's going to know exactly what house that came from, because I felt so fucking bad. I've never like started an episode with an apology. And honestly, like, unless I've ever dated you, I've never had a woman that mad at me that hasn't been in a relationship with me. I'm good at that. I can make any woman in a relationship irritated at me at the drop of a hat. But a random stranger DoorDash woman, usually not going to be too mad at me. But this lady, I mean, I could tell she was fuming. And I just apologized. And like I said, the tip that she's going to get or has already gotten, she's going to know which house it is. And she's going to know that's my sorry. Like, I am very, very sorry. So, with that said, this first drink of the episode goes out to the DoorDash lady. The only reason I'm drinking this right now is because she had the patience to wait on my goofy ass. And, I mean, she saw me get to the door in shambles, too. So I think it came off as genuine that I was really, truly sorry for making her wait. So anyway, what I'm drinking is my vodka that I got DoorDash Thursday night with a little bit of my White Claw. Actually, a whole can of White Claw that I got delivered Thursday. And a little bit of water enhancer just to give it a little bit more flavor. So that's what I'm drinking for this episode. I'm working on my second one. I've already downed a giant beer glass of this. So here's my second one. If you got them drinking, bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, you guys have no idea how bad I felt for that lady. I would just, it was so bad. And I'm glad she didn't take it back. That would have made my weekend not as fun as I had fun Thursday night. I had so much fun Thursday night. Friday was ruined. But anyways, moving on. I've been watching a ton of FIFA, ton of World Cup. And I just got to say, the Cabo Verde game versus Argentina was an absolute thriller, man. Like, this makes me, I didn't need another sports addiction, but this makes me want to watch more soccer. The only issue is, I don't know what league I should watch. I don't know what the best league is. And like, what's the best championship? What's the best tournament? What's the best, like, it's so much that's kind of the reason I watch sports in the first place is, like, take the Stanley Cup final, for example. I want to see the best in the East play the best in the West to see who is the best overall. That is the highest level hockey you can get. You know what I mean? Like that playoff baseball. Yes, this is the high. I watched the Super Bowl, for the most part. These are the best two teams. This is the highest level football you're going to see. So that's kind of an issue, is like, I don't know what league I should join. Because I'm sure there's different opinions. Some people say it's this league is the best, and other people say, no, this league is the best. So it's like, I don't know. It makes it complicated. And then how they do the rankings, the standings is very complicated. Even how they mark the, what was the game I was watching? Canada versus, who was it? Canada actually lost. Damn it. I don't remember who they're playing now. Oh, yeah. Canada versus Morocco. Like, maybe hockey has done this to me, but one of the teams had a solid jersey on, the darks, and the other team had the light jersey on. Well, the team with the light jersey on had white with red accents on it. So the first 15 minutes I'm watching the game, I'm thinking I'm rooting for Canada. And no, Canada was black with red accents. Morocco was white with red accents. I was like, dude, look at just even on the display there. Look at the Canadian flag. That's red and white. How are we supposed to know that? It was just, unless you watched the first of the game, they went over it obviously at the first of the game, but if you missed that part of it, which I absolutely did, I was lost for the first 15 minutes. I'm like, dude, I'm not telling FIFA how to run their shit, but if you want to get people interested in the game, I think I have a suggestion. You should probably make it as easy to follow as possible. And putting Canada in black and Morocco in red and white doesn't make sense to me. Neither one of them has black in the flag, so what the fuck are we doing? And then on top, there's the spelling of Morocco too. FIFA uses the French spelling, which is M-A-R. The way I would spell it, an American would spell it as M-O-R. So that's a little bit confusing. It's just these little kinks. Maybe it'd make the rest of the soccer fans mad if they changed it. But it's if you want to appeal to a demographic, you should probably make it easier. To it's like I said, I spent the first 15 minutes of the game rooting for Morocco, which I thought was Canada. So I'm like, Morocco really fucking sucks, dude. Canada's oh, no. It was the other way around. I was like, Canada really sucks, bro. Morocco's taking it to them. But that was not the case. It was actually Canada had the great first half. Morocco did come out on top in that game, so they picked it up. They stepped it up. They knocked Canada out. But it just makes me think of what they used to do with the Dallas Stars. Whenever hockey came to Texas, it was brand new. They used to do the Bud Light rule of the game or something like that, where they would teach you what offside meant, or they would teach you what icing is, or what constitutes a high stick. It's that's the approach you should be taking if you want it to grow. Explain that shit to us, I guess, at least. I guess I didn't watch the start of the game, the start of the broadcast, in case they did explain it, but still. It's just not intuitive that Canada's wearing black. I'm sorry, but it's not, And I looked it up, and it's the reason they do that is the same thing that every team does, the same thing the Dallas Stars do. They do the alternates so they can sell a shit ton of them. You know what I mean? They sell a shit ton of alternates, and they're, making more. It's not our original colors, but here's a little play on the colors. So, yeah, super confusing, but I eventually got there. I was like, I didn't really think Canada sucked that bad. I was like, dude, they really fucking suck. Morocco's just taking shot after shot after shot. Turns out Canada was taking shot after shot after shot. So, anyways, getting into the Argentina-Cabo Verde game, dude, that was a fucking thriller, man. That game makes me want to watch soccer all the time. It was so back and forth, so up and down. Messi scored a goal, by the way. And the goalie for Cabo Verde, dude, I feel so bad he didn't win that game because he gave it his all, dude. You talk about leaving it all on the field. That dude was flying across the goal like Superman. He was saving, 3 different shots from the best player in the world, Messi, and he's barely getting a finger on it or barely getting a foot on it, or this dude is playing his ass off. I really wanted them to win so bad, but not that I have a problem with Argentina, but I'm always an underdog guy. You know what I mean? I always root for the underdog. And, when it turns out that underdog is playing really well and actually starts to turn things around, it makes it even more sweet. Take the White Sox, for example. White Sox, what did they just sweep the Yankees? White Sox are on a tear. They are at the top of their division right now, and I have never had a chance to say that. I don't think ever in the 8 years, going on 9 years that I've done this podcast. The White Sox I can't remember when they were in first place and playing this well. But like I said, they've been the underdog for so long, it makes it even more sweet when they're playing so well. So, anyways, dude, I was just so thrilled with that game, to be honest with you. It was so great. Just the back end and the goalie for Argentina, bro, he made some epic saves too. I feel like he didn't have to make as many because the firepower coming at him. But, I mean, Cabo Verde still scored twice in the game, dude. They were pushing for that third goal to tie it up, and they just couldn't do it. But, yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder now for the next round. I mean, that was depleting, at least on some level, for Argentina to have to play them that hard. And I think the turning point, to be honest, was like Argentina was up about to, in the first half. They did a little bit of extra time. And Argentina's just kind of like passing the ball around like la-di-da-di-da, no big deal. And I feel like Cabo Verde really took offense to that. I was like, fuck that, because they came out in that second half and they were like all over it. I was like, holy shit, dude, they just tied Argentina 2-2. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull it off. Like I said, I really wanted that goalie to win, dude. He has nothing to feel bad about. He played his fucking ass off. And that's why I watch sports. That's what I want to see. I want to see athletes at the top level in any given sport. That's what's exciting to me. And that's what I saw. To try to even dare take down Argentina is just bold in itself. But the fact that they got that damn close and they played that well, it's heartbreaking. So anyway, Argentina moves on. Canada is out. Let's see who's playing today. 3 o'clock. That's in a couple of hours here. Brazil versus Norway. I'm definitely going to be watching that. Mexico versus England, 7 o'clock. I'm definitely going to be watching that. Dude, that's going to be a hell of a game. If I had to give some predictions, I don't know if these are the underdogs or what. Give me Norway. I'm saying Norway, and I'm saying Mexico. I don't think Mexico is the underdog, though. So moving on after that, you got Ronaldo and Portugal playing Spain tomorrow at 2 p.m., USA versus Belgium, 7 p.m. So, yeah, we still got some soccer left here. And it's only getting better and better. Should I give a prediction for... I'm going to say USA beats Belgium. I'm going to say Spain beats Portugal. Yeah, I mean, I feel like just in what I've briefly looked at, Spain is touted to be, like, badass. So I haven't actually caught a game from Spain yet. So anyway, so let's go ahead and have another drink. If you got them drinking, bottoms up. Cheers. Yeah, I've been getting in my my movie mode this weekend. 4th of July movies, right? What are your go-to movies for 4th of July? I know The Sandlot has the iconic 4th of July scene. The sun's going down, the streetlights are coming on, the fireworks are popping, and the whole neighborhood just kind of coming together to hang out, and it's one of the most amazing scenes for 4th of July. What else? I'm going to give actually The Patriot. I watched The Patriot with Mel Gibson. Of course, that has a lot to do with American independence, blah, 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 blah. So that was a good watch. I'm going to throw a random movie out there that I don't think a lot of people would think is necessarily a 4th of July movie, because the setting for the movie isn't in July. It's like, I don't know, April or something. It's a little bit earlier in the year. I'm going to go ahead and say Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. Dude, the officer in that movie, the American officer, that just like stereotypes everybody he comes into contact with, that he's interrogating or whatever, like the Jewish guys. He finally gets the Jewish guys in there and he spills out a bunch of nickels over the table as like a form of intimidation. I don't know what he's trying to do. I love what the one guy says, though. The guy sitting on the right, he goes, "What's that, about $7?" It's like he knew the amount of money that was spilled on the table randomly. It was great. Yeah, he gets somebody else in the interrogation room. He's like, "Oh, now you want your freedoms, huh? You want to break the law, but you want your freedoms." It's like... so yeah, I would throw that one in. I mean, there's George W. Bush in the movie that they smoke weed with. Yeah, that's totally like an under-the-radar 4th of July movie. I'm missing a couple of others here. Let's see. 4th of July movies. Somebody said Talladega Nights, which, yeah. Since he's just a big, hairy American winning machine, I would say so. Independence Day, of course. Top Gun. They say Jaws, set over a fateful July 4th weekend. Okay, I didn't know that. Sandlot, yeah, that scene I was talking about, the fireworks scene. National Treasure, yeah, that makes sense. 1776, musical about the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Jesus Christ, I don't know if I'd make it through that one. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I've definitely seen that. And I remember, even for it being, like when I was a kid, even for it being political, I was like, I kind of like this movie. Born on 4th of July, Tom Cruise and Oliver Stone's powerful look at the Vietnam War era. Oh, you know what I need to watch? Here's a good one. American Made with Tom Cruise. That's a good one, right? It's about the Barry Seal smuggling the drugs and shit. That's American, right? Apollo 13, Saving Private Ryan. That makes sense. War movies. They're, Captain America. Forrest Gump. That's one I wouldn't have thought of. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Yeah. I think I've seen every single one of these. Apollo 13. No, I've never seen Born on the 4th of July, actually. Saving Private Ryan. Yes. Hamilton. If you're in the mood for a modern musical, I am not. I am not ever in the mood for a musical, but... so yeah, I've just been going through movies, and they all haven't been 4th of July, but I just thought I'd throw that one in there, because that one kind of makes sense. Just with the way that fucking... I can't remember the actor's name, but I fucking love him. The bald dude. The balding dude. But yeah, now I got on game night. Anything Jason Bateman, I'm pretty happy with. Due Date. Oh my God. Oh wait, that's not Jason Bateman. That's... Oh, I'm thinking of The Change Up with Jason Bateman, where something happens with the babies, they get switched up. Due Date is with Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis. That seems like one Jason Bateman should have been in. What else? Yeah, I mean, whatever. Identity Thief. Anything Jason Bateman, I'm pretty much sold on. I watched Snatch earlier, which has nothing to do with anything that I just talked about, but I love the movie Snatch. Yeah, it's just been a movie-rific weekend, along with my vodka, along with FIFA, no UFC on. Dude, I got my drink all prepared Friday night for the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and I happened to tune into the main event right on time. I sit down with my drink. I'm like, fuck yeah. This is perfect. But it ended up being like the same thing that would happen to me when I was a kid. We'd get the whole family over for the Mike Tyson fight, the prelims and shit are going on. We're like cooking food, kids are running around. But when the big event, the main event comes on, everybody stopped what you were doing because we wanted to see Mike Tyson in the ring. So we've, cooked all day. We've run around all day. We all got our plates of food. And we sit down for the main event and it's over in like 30 fucking seconds. We're like, well, what the fuck do we do now? Like, what are we supposed to do? We made all this food. We got everybody sitting down and quiet, all the kids, and now it's over. I mean, the exact same thing happened to me for the BKFC Friday night. It was a short fight. I was hoping that dude from Houston, I mean, he did not look great. And I'm not taking anything away from him. Like, to even step in that ring to throw bare knuckles is pretty fucking bold. So anyone that's willing to do that, you absolutely have my respect. But yeah, that English fella, he dusted him. He got a one knockdown in the first, and the second knockdown in the second was enough to. He hit him so fucking hard, man. He hit him so fucking hard. So yeah. That's what I had to watch. I've been trying to find maybe you guys can help me with this. There's a karate tournament that they do that is it's usually sponsored by a crypto. I can't remember which cryptocurrency it's sponsored by, but they don't do an octagon. They don't do a ring. They actually do like an inverted pyramid, I would call it, where it's like padded on the bottom. Just imagine if you cut the top, pointy top off the pyramid and it was flat on top, and then you flip that upside down. That's basically what it is. They have this flat square to fight in, but the walls are like angled so they can like lean back on the walls and push off of the walls or whatever. I can't remember the name of that fighting championship. I would love to watch that. I don't know how consistent that one is. Maybe that was just a one-off. That was just sponsored by crypto, but I really liked it. It was like karate heavy, I feel like, was the tournament. Some sort of karate tournament is the way I remember. But yeah, I'd love to watch that one again. That was pretty fun. I like the different idea behind the place they fight. That's kind of cool. It really doesn't give you anywhere to escape. It doesn't give you... like the problem with the octagon sometimes is, when you get up against the fence, guys will grab onto the fence, which you're not allowed to do. So this kind of kills that. There's nothing you can grab onto. It's just like a side that's angled and you're in the pit. I think that's actually what they call it too, the pit. But yeah, the couple of times I watched that, I was like, this is kind of unique. I really do like this. And I don't think it's grappling, but I could be wrong. I think it's strictly striking, which I enjoy. I enjoy jiu-jitsu as well. I love UFC, mixed martial arts, but sometimes you just want to see bare knuckle fighting. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just want to see karate and people striking the shit out of each other until somebody says they're done. Now the what's it called? The slap fight, the slap competition. I don't ever take part in that. That's just dangerous, bro. Like, I know people get knocked out all the time in boxing, all the time in karate, all the time in UFC, but at least, I say this all the time, at least they have the opportunity to defend themselves. In the fucking slap thing, they're like, here's your little foam pad to hold behind your back, which isn't going to do shit. Here's a mouthpiece, and we have a team of guys ready to catch you because you're about to get the fucking shit slapped out of you, son. Yeah, that's just dangerous, man. I don't like it. But yeah, I guess that's it for the fighting sports, the combat sports this weekend. Let's see real quick before I end this episode what we have going on in the MLB today. Did my Rangers win last night? They played Detroit. I know Detroit's been on a little bit of a tear. Let's see. My Rangers seem to be holding 500, which doesn't seem... No, we lost 3-0 to Detroit. Doesn't seem like it's good to be straddling 500, but for our division, it's great. So yeah, we're one game over 500, .506 winning percentage. The Mariners, who I anticipated to be like so much better than they are. Like they should be running away with this division the way I, saw them. And I'm sure a lot of Mariners fans probably saw them that way too, and they're like, "What the hell, man?" They are 46-44. My Rangers are 45-44. So there's a Rangers Mariners series coming up that's going to be crucial. But all you got to do is make it in. If you get hot at the right time, as they say, if you just made it there, that's what you got to do. You can't go to the championship without making it to the first round. You know what I mean? That's where it all starts. So anyways, alrighty, that's going to do it for me. As always, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a DoorDash. And damn it, be on top of getting to the door for that DoorDash person. They have shit to do too. I'm just talking to myself there. All right, I will see you all next week. I'll talk to you all next week. Let's go ahead and finish these off. Cheers, everybody. All right. That's it for me. I will talk to you all soon. I love you all. Bye.